Take the exit. Turn right into the drive-thru.
Nope, I'm making dinner tonight.
You don't have time. Josh has practice.
Oh, that's right. I'll just get a salad.
And fries?
No, just the salad.
But salad cancels fries.
Salad only.
Fries.
Salad.
Fries.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. The affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on the road to successful weight loss.
Hey, can I get the...
Fries.
Salad. Sorry.
Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
When new marketers are wondering why they're having trouble selling their offers, I find it's because of one or both of two mistakes. Want to know what they are? Stay tuned and find out.
Being an entrepreneur sounds like, yes, another new client. I did it. But it can also sound like, I am really not understanding this technology, and I'm feeling so overwhelmed. Am I even cut out for this? That's why I started the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, to help infopreneurs, coaches, and course creators who want to build a business online but are battling technology, overwhelm, procrastination, and even imposter syndrome. Think successfully, think differently, think bigger, and take action by learning tips from an array of business owners, all dropping knowledge on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast. Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to another dose of common marketing mistakes learning. I'm your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkmann, and I've been in the coaching and course creation online space since like the 90s. So yeah, got a little experience under my belt, yet here I am still learning, and I'm here with you on this episode, on this show, to share with you what I have learned and what I am still learning about course creation, coaching, entrepreneurship, infopreneurship, and more. And so that begs the question, who are you? And the answer to that, to me, my friend, is infinitely more important. You are a driven entrepreneur, and more specifically, perhaps an infopreneur with or seeking a coaching and or an online course model in your business. Or maybe you're just hoping to have that very, very soon. Either way, I think you're here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal or business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. Whew, man, we got a chock-filled week for you, but we're going to start talking about those new marketers out there. And, you know, like I asked at the beginning of this episode, when new marketers are wondering why they're having trouble selling their offers, I find it's generally because of one or both of two mistakes. Conversely, I find that those higher paid online marketers are not making these mistakes. Maybe that's why they're so successful. But what are those mistakes I can hear you asking out there? Well, let's get right to it, shall we? Mistake number one, let me say that again. Mistake number one, focusing on selling your product. Wait, what? Did you say focusing on selling the product? Yeah, I know. It sounds like a stupid reason, right? Why shouldn't you focus on selling the product? How are you going to make money if you don't focus on selling the product? That's a very good question. But guys, let me ask you this. When you first wanted to build a long-term relationship with that lady or that guy in your life, what was the first thing you did? Yeah. Okay. And what else? Yeah. Okay. While I might not know exactly what you just said because I'm recording this now long before you heard it, what I guarantee you didn't say is you didn't ask him or her to sleep with you right out of the gate. You didn't go out there and propose to them on the first date, and maybe you even did not ask them to move in with you right out of the gate. Maybe right? No, you didn't ask any of those. You did. Is that person still your significant other? Yeah, I didn't think so, right? Here's what probably really happened. You took that first step and asked them out on a date. Yeah. And you made some plans for that date. You'd made sure everything went well. And if the first date did go well, you tried for a second date, and so forth and so on. See, I think marketing should be very much like that. It's relationship building. Sure, you can try to cold sell your product. Psst, hey, buy my product. Now, unless you're slinging cane on an urban corner in some of the mean streets of LA or New York or such places, you probably shouldn't do that tactic. And then occasionally you might even get a yes to that question, that cold selling. Yeah. But you will not get enough yeses to build a solid business. Now, even if you could offer some of the most wonderful, perfectly made, perfect solving problems, problem-solving products in the world, you have still got to build a relationship with your prospects before you can ever even expect them to become loyal, long-term customers. That's why you need to place your energy and your focus on selling your visitors, on joining your email list rather than purchasing your product. Let me say that again. You need to put your focus on selling your visitors to join your email list rather than purchasing your product, right? Concentrate then on increasing the conversion rate of those opt-in pages. How do you do that? Well, let me tell you. You could split test headlines. You could try different free offers. You could try different calls to the action for each one of those offers. You could try any number of things, right? And so forth and so on. Now, once you get them in there, what do? Well, once they join your list, you can start to nurture them. Start to work on selling them on not just one product, but many, many different products over time. Okay. So, all right, well, there's mistake number one. What's the second one? Well, the second place where many new marketers slip up is mistake number two, not continually following up from day one. Right. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, this one really blows my mind. So let's say you took the advice. All right, Tracy, I'm going to take your advice and I'm going to start my email list. Here's what happens to the average new list builder. They start building their list. Yay, that's awesome. Yay, good for you. You started building your list. All right, let's be quiet. Thank you. But now you only have a few subscribers, right? So you wait to follow up. Then what happens is weeks go by and the marketer, this new marketer, finally reaches 100 or reaches 1,000 subscribers. And that's when they decide it was the right time to start creating and sending emails. But here's the problem with that. Most people on your list or on their list has already forgotten who the hell they are. No relationships was built. No products are sold. Is it any wonder why the new marketer gives up and goes back to that cubicle that they fought so hard to get out of? Yeah, if you do that, if you wait till you have 100 or 1,000 and you send that first email, here's what's going to happen. That is not what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. Yeah, crickets. Yeah, right out of the gate, what you need to do instead is, no matter how silly this might seem, what I'm telling you right now, you need to start following up with your first subscriber number 1 on day numero uno. Create yourself a series of pre-written emails that go out automatically. I know, all my educated folks, you're like, oh, duh, I know this. Are you doing it? Well, good. I'm glad you are. Right. But for those that aren't, you need to create those pre-written emails to go out automatically to your list and create those emails before you even get that first subscriber. Now, see, this gives you the freedom to focus on the very list building exercise we talked about in step 1 without having to worry about creating those pesky little automated emails because it's already done. Everyone gets an email the day they sign up, and then every day or however you spaced it out, just like clockwork, as you nurture that relationship, you get that second date and that third date and that fourth date through those emails. They quickly become accustomed to hearing from you and, in fact, begin to expect to hear from you because you're adding value. You are adding value, right? Yeah, of course. And then when you finally send that email to that entire list with your latest offer, they remember you, they connect with you, they're far more receptive to you and what you have to say. I'm not saying they're going to buy everything you promote, but they're certainly, quite possibly, going to be willing to check it out if it's the right time. Let me give you one bonus tip here. This isn't a mistake that our folks made, but here's an extra tip when it comes to this. Email segmentation, right? Many of you have heard this, some of you may have not. So as you're going through the testing phase, maybe you try different freebies, lead magnets, right? Maybe you have a lead magnet on list building. Okay. Maybe later on you try a lead magnet on podcasting, right? We're going to talk about my world for a minute. And then later on you have a lead magnet about build your own course, tips about that. Now, as you go through those different lead magnets, what you're going to want to do when someone comes in and signs up for your emails, you're going to want to tag them based on what freebie you sent them, because that's going to help you identify what it is that they're in need of. If someone comes in when you finally drop that podcast, how to create your own podcast freebie, well, then clearly you have an idea of what it is they're interested in. Well, they would like to build a podcast. So you might take that same set of emails that you were putting out about creating their first course and maybe mold them to how to create your first podcast instead. A lot of the same things would apply, right? Okay. And now you could take it one step further, and the products that you would end up promoting, you could customize your message straight to them because you already know they're interested in podcasting. And you have this new product that you're going to be promoting. Maybe it's not yours. Maybe you're an affiliate. And you figured out a way how you could use that product to make their podcast process simpler. Maybe it's how they get a better guest, the next level up guest. Maybe it's how they can improve their podcast process. Maybe how they can improve their podcast content. You took the time to figure out how they could use that product inside their world, which is podcasting in this example. And they're like, wow, I never thought about it that way. So at least they're going to go check it out and see if, well, what Tracy said I could use it like this. And as they go through that sales page and get that information, they're like, wow, I probably could. And maybe they click that buy button and you get an affiliate commission. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you segment your list as they come into your world so you can identify what it is they're really good at. And let me give you one more bonus. This one has really helped my email rates. As you send emails out, and there'll be a subset of folks that will always open those emails, at least a high percentage of the time. Segment those guys out, and maybe you have a sub-list called has opened. Now you could send those folks a separate set of emails because those are super warm audience, and maybe they get something special. And you let folks know as part of your email series that, hey, for those folks that frequently open my emails, you guys get bonus content, whatever that content might be, right? Some sort of % off thing or a special opportunity or, a private mastermind or part of a Facebook. I'm going to let you in on something I'm doing special on Facebook before it happens so they can be there to enjoy it live and ask you questions. Whatever it is, however you can serve your audience. And now you're telling them if they open your emails regularly. So you're letting them know, be sure to pay attention. If nothing else, just open the email. What this does for you is it helps your email provider make sure your emails get through because they see that you're sending out emails to 100 people, 1,000 people, and over 50% of them are at least opening it. You're a good risk, and they're going to make sure your emails get pushed out more and more often. So when you finally do drop that offer for folks, they're already used to opening your emails. And your email provider is already saying, these guys love opening his emails. So they send it out for you. And it's a little sneaky under the radar kind of hack there for you. All right. I'm giving away too much already. So, like I said, it's going to be a jam-packed week. Tomorrow's episode, we're going to talk about building a 4-figure sales funnel in 24 hours. And then on Friday, we're going to be chatting about things that I wish I knew before I started podcasting. Are we feeling a trend here? All right. Now, so I know you want to keep getting those episodes, so be sure you go on down there, hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating. Drop some kind words in the reviews. Ask a question. Give us some comments. Suggest something you'd like to hear on this episode or on this show, and I will create an episode around it. But more importantly, I think it's good for you to know that it is those subscribes, rating, and reviews are your way as a listener to tell those podcast platform algorithms out there that you are getting value from whatever show you're listening to. And That's you telling him, hey, give these guys a little boost in the rankings so they can reach more driven entrepreneurs just like yourself. So please take a moment, help show the love. I certainly appreciate you. All right, you get out there, you run your race, you get your results, and then let me hear about them. Maybe you add that in the comments, in the reviews, huh? Until next time, think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkmann.
Tired of your car insurance rate going up, even with a clean driving record? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/Libsyn today. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.